And welcome everyone. This is Brian from Tickets Please Reviews with a look at the highlights of streaming services in September. We'll start with a quick look at the highlights for the top 4 services: Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime and Freevee, and Tubi. And then we'll show everything that's coming on those services. After that, we'll look at highlights for the other ones: Peacock, Max, Paramount, Apple, and Pluto. It may be a little bit different from how we normally do this, but I think speed and accuracy is important for those who might have some of these services or are considering swapping for content. Let's start with Netflix. A decent but not great month. On the first, load up on action with the first 3 films in the Expendable series, or get it free of the water again as the first 3 Job movies drop. And or exercise your left muscles with both Paul Blarts. Things to pick up throughout the month is Unfinished Beef, tests the appetites of 2 legends of competitive eating on the 2nd. The 6th offers Jeremy Sautier's latest film, Rebel Ridge. On the 12th, find out how the latest season of Emily in Paris ends. And on the 16th, prepare for a good cry when Grave of the Fireflies drops. The 19th offers what could be an Emmy contender, with Monsters Season 1 focusing on the Melendez brothers and their trial for murder. On the 20th, a possible Oscar contender drops with His 3 Daughters. The 26th offers a light comedy about a skeptic and a rabbi called Nobody Wants This. And the 27th brings forth the sports drama Resball, about a team having to adjust to the loss of their best player while still trying to bring home a state title. And here's a list of all the titles coming to Netflix. Over in Hulu and Disney Plus, the first will deliver action with the Die Hard franchise over on Hulu, as well as the ribald comedy Neighbors and its sequel. Hulu also has the scandalous documentary series The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives coming on the 6th. While Hulu dives into action with the revenge movie Boy Kills World on the 13th, Disney Plus will be appealing to families with Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Season 1. Find out who wins when the Primetime Emmys appear on Hulu on the 16th. And Demi Lovato makes her directing debut on the 17th with a revealing documentary Child Stars. On the same day, Disney Plus offers us the latest season of Dancing with the Stars. Disney Plus also will be the home for the base jumping documentary Fly on the 25th. On the next day, we have the debut of the latest Masked Singer competition on Hulu. And the month ends on the 30th when Babes show up on Hulu. Now let's take a look at the list from Hulu and Disney Plus with all the titles coming and some that are leaving the services. over at Amazon Prime and Freevee, they're starting to prepare for spooky season. Prime drops all the Species films on the first, along with Crimson Peak, and Universal horrors such as Dracula, The Invisible Man, and The Wolfman. There's also some not so scary films such as the classic comedy Duck Soup, musical In the Heights, and action drama V for Vendetta, streaming there as well. Although the first promises a couple of frights in Freevee with Winchester and The First Purge, there's a surprising amount of family fare as well with Megamind and Mirror Mirror. On the third, Prime drops two different comedies with Snack Shack and the American Society of Magical Negroes. On the 10th, Prime reveals The Money Game Season 1 on its service. On the 12th, two different things are offered for subscribers. If you're a football fan, you'll be excited to know that Thursday Night Football is back on Prime. And families will be pleased to know that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish arrives on Prime that day as well. The final run of the Grand Tour crosses the start line the 13th as they take one for the road. The 20th on Freevee offers the final chapter in the Bourne saga as Jason Bourne drops down. The Evolution of the Black Quarterback dives into a fascinating subject on the 24th on Prime, and the 26th offers the family comedy of Paddington 2. Now, let's take this time to explore the full list from Prime and Freevee. Meanwhile, Tubi offers a plethora of horror films on its service if you don't mind ads. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at their offerings for the month. As usual, it's not bad as long as you approach their originals with skepticism. The Man with No Name trilogy, both Flintstone movies, both Hitman's Bodyguard films, and My Cousin Vinny all arrive on the first. Also on that day, good day, sir. It's Willy Wonka with some golden tickets to the Chocolate Factory. On the second, a documentary reminds you of the time Harry Belafonte hosted the Tonight Show with the Sit-In. And the 24th offers the 2024 Western Outlaw Posse with a cast including Mario Van Peebles, who also directed the film, Whoopi Goldberg, and Edward James Olmos. It certainly has my attention. I guess it's time to take a look at the full list of titles appearing on Tubi during the month of September. And now, it's time for some quick hits of the other services during this month. Let's start with Peacock. Apparently it's going super hard trying to be the streaming service for Halloween. Other than Shudder, of course. The first offers 4 Halloween movies, both Happy Death Day ones, lots of mummy movies, both Hallowmans, and the original Saw of the original run of the Saw franchise. But for those who don't like scary stuff, Peacock's got your back as well, because they have all 3 of the Fantastic Beasts movies, both Amazing Spider-Man movies, and a Cornetto trilogy on the first as well. As for sports fans, you can revel in the Paralympics starting on the first, as well as NFL action starting on the 5th. Also on the 5th, Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart star in the miniseries Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist, about how a boxing match helped build up Atlanta following a robbery. Laugh with some stand-up on the 12th with Colin Jost and Michael Che, the weekend update guys, as they showcase talent in New York after dark. The singing competition The Voice has its latest season debut on the 24th, and finally, on the 26th, it's Dick Wolf Day as Chicago Med, Fire, and PD debut their latest seasons. Outside of a few debuts, Max is honestly a bit mid this month. The Harry Potter saga drops on the 1st, as does the Best Picture winner Everything Everywhere All at Once. The second offers another Oscar winner as Drive My Car returns to Max. They offer Tuesday Night Baseball starting on the 3rd, and on the 6th, yet another Oscar winner debuts with The Boy and the Heron finally swimming to the service. On the 7th, a documentary series on The Sopranos and its founder David Chase premieres with The Wise Guy. The provocative drama Civil War finally breaks out on Max on the 13th. The 14th offers a plethora of animated series including Scooby-Doo, Johnny Quest, and Tom and Jerry. The 19th offers a debut of The Penguin, featuring the rise of a disfigured nobody to become a notorious gangster in Gotham. The series that stars Colin Farrell and Kristen Milotti may well be the best show and film for the service this month. And on the 20th, I Saw the TV Glow arrives on Max, allowing you to decide your opinion on one of the most controversial films of the year. Paramount is offering a similar strategy to Prime, throwing some scary stuff on the 1st, like the Mimic Trilogy, the Prophecy franchise, and 3 Halloweens, 6, age 20, and 8, and sprinkling some films that appeal to others, like, for example, the First Blood trilogy, Notting Hill, and Clue. On the 8th, football fans will appreciate the NFL coming to the Mountain service. The young ones will be excited to see a new season of Door begin on the 13th. And fans of Yellowstone and Sylvester Stallone will be pumped to see a second season of Tulsa King starting on the 15th. Who will win, and who gets their torch snuff? The tribe has spoken, and find out when the 47th season of Survivor kicks off on the 18th. And go ahead and bring some tossed salad and scrambled eggs when the reboot sequel to Frasier starts its second season on the 19th. And on Apple Plus, there is a total of 4 seasons and films. Bless them. Let's start with Gary Oldman, who is starring in the 4th season of Slow Horses on September 4th. Meanwhile, there is fashion intrigue in the French series La Maison, starring on the 20th. And a medical student takes what she knows to help her family in the high-stakes private ambulance business in Mexico City with the series Midnight Family, which starts on the 25th. And then finally, 2 fixers find themselves in hot water when their efforts to cover up the misdeeds of a prominent New York politician goes awry. Starring George Clooney and Brad Pitt, Wolves hits Apple on the 27th. And last but not least, let's tackle Pluto, a service best known for its TV channels. But they also have a solid on-demand section that's getting some new entries on the 1st. For starters, there's the Brandon Lee original The Crow, which was recently remade and put into theaters earlier this year. Then, there's the goofy antics of Ferris Bueller, who has a very memorable day off. Then 2 high school students pursue college in hopes of becoming pros in the documentary Hoop Dreams. And enjoy the thrills as we get 4 Indiana Jones films coming to Pluto. A man who stumbles on some money finds himself in over his head in No Country for Old Men. And those who seek some action will find plenty as the Rambo trilogy comes to Pluto. All these titles dropped on September the 1st. And that should conclude this look at what's coming to streaming services this September. Have some fun and find something to stream.